All right, get ready because we're diving deep into Sean McCabe's overlap today.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like just some self-help fluff.
Right.
This book is like packed with practical advice for building a career that you love.
Yeah.
And McCabe's story, I got to say, is anything but a straight line to success.
What's so interesting is how McCabe really stresses this idea of overlap, this
Right.
idea that like all these, kind of random skills and experiences you have can combine to create something really like totally unique.
He's
Even those early jobs he had, like window cleaning and playing in a band,
Yeah.
those weren't wasted time.
I mean, who would have thought that? Like, fixing computers would lead to web design.
Right.
But McCabe, he saw the opportunity as technology was evolving.
Yeah.
And he ran with it.
Mhm.
And here's the thing. He doubled his rates for his computer repair business
Wow.
because he realized he was undercharging.
It's a lesson a lot of us learn the hard way.
Precisely.
Knowing your worth is like essential for McCabe's story just reminds us
Yeah.
that confidence in our skills and the value we bring is like so crucial,
Yeah.
especially when you're like moving into a new field.
Totally. And speaking of transitions, let's talk about McCabe's journey into hand lettering.
Oh, yeah.
This wasn't just a hobby for him.
Right.
He put in, get this, 9,000 hours mastering his craft.
Wow, that's some serious dedication.
9,000 hours.
That's incredible.
That's commitment.
It's the kind of commitment that separates the people who are just dabbling
Yeah.
from those who really excel.
Exactly.
But McCabe didn't stop at becoming a skilled artist.
Right.
He took that passion and he turned it into a like profit-generating business.
Okay, hold on. I got to unpack this for a second.
Sure.
So he combined like his artistic talent with his business savvy,
Yeah.
which he got from those early computer repair days,
Exactly.
and turned it into a successful course creation business.
That's the overlap.
That's amazing. It just makes you wonder what hidden overlaps like we might be overlooking in our own lives.
Absolutely. McCabe's story is such a good example
Right.
of how recognizing and leveraging our different experiences
Yeah.
can lead to these unexpected opportunities.
Totally.
And he emphasizes that finding your passion isn't just about like thinking about it.
Right.
It's about doing,
Yeah.
experimenting and seeing what works for you.
But that doing part
Yeah.
can be intimidating,
Oh, for sure.
especially when you have a day job and other commitments.
Definitely.
And McCabe doesn't sugarcoat this,
No, he doesn't.
He's very clear about not quitting your day job prematurely,
Right.
at least not without a solid plan.
Exactly. Financial stability is so important.
Yes.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
He doesn't just advocate for any day job.
Right.
He encourages people to find one that actually energizes them,
I love that.
not one that just drains you.
Right. Yeah.
That way you'll have the energy to pursue your passion in your free time.
So it's all about being strategic with your time and energy,
Exactly.
making sure your day job aligns with your, larger goals.
Yeah.
And I love that he talks about defaulting to no.
Oh, that's a good word.
Basically, like saying no to anything that doesn't directly contribute to your goals.
Yeah.
It helps you avoid spreading yourself too thin.
Right.
It makes you think, what are we all saying yes to that we should be saying no to?
That's a question worth asking yourself.
Seriously.
Saying no can actually be like really empowering.
I agree.
It creates space for what truly matters.
For sure.
And speaking of empowerment, McCabe tackles the scarcity mindset head on.
Oh, yeah.
That feeling that there's just not enough, which can really sabotage your dreams.
So instead of focusing on like limitations,
Yeah,
he's all about cultivating this abundance mindset,
exactly.
this belief in endless possibilities.
It's more than just positive thinking. And McCabe actually gives some really practical tips for shifting your perspective
Okay.
and making choices that align with an abundance mindset.
Interesting.
It's not about ignoring the challenges. It's about approaching them
Yeah.
with belief in your ability to overcome them and create opportunities.
Now that's a concept I can get behind.
Right.
But let's be real, staying focused and productive
Yeah.
can be tough,
Oh, for sure.
especially with all the distractions we face every day.
And McCabe has some strong thoughts on this.
He does.
He's all about scheduling those dedicated work blocks,
Yeah.
minimizing distractions, even unplugging from the internet
Great.
to find these like quiet, focused workspaces.
That makes total sense. I mean, we were just bombarded with with notifications,
Right.
information overload constantly.
Yeah.
No wonder focus is such a challenge for so many people.
Absolutely. But it's not just about external distractions.
The way.
McCabe also talks about managing your energy levels,
That,
getting enough sleep,
yeah,
taking breaks,
to prevent burnout.
Because if you're exhausted and running on fumes,
Exactly.
you're not going to do your best work no matter how hard you try to focus.
He even goes a step further and suggests that,
Okay.
be mindful of the content that you consume.
Interesting.
He's a big believer in starting your day with production rather than consumption.
So instead of immediately diving into social media.
Right, exactly.
Like, really
Focus on creating something
interesting.
first thing in the morning.
So whether it's like writing or designing
Yeah,
or just chipping away at your passion project,
exactly.
you start your day with that sense of purpose and accomplishment.
It sets a positive tone for everything that follows.
Makes sense.
He's also a big proponent of daily writing.
Okay.
He believes that it's a powerful tool for personal growth
Yeah.
and unlocking creativity.
So it's like flexing those creative muscles first thing.
Exactly.
And speaking of pushing yourself, McCabe's really big on embracing failure.
As a learning opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
It's not about, letting mistakes paralyze you. It's about
Right.
using them as stepping stones.
Tipping stones.
To improve and grow.
Absolutely.
He even encourages, intentionally making new mistakes.
Yeah, I love that.
As long as you learn from them.
You got to learn from them.
Exactly.
It's about cultivating that growth mindset.
Yes.
Being willing to experiment and pushing yourself
right.
beyond your comfort zone.
Which brings us to perfectionism.
Oh, yeah.
McCabe argues that striving for perfection
Yes.
can actually be a major roadblock.
A roadblock to progress.
Exactly.
He believes in the 90% perfect rule.
Oh, yeah.
Get your work to a good enough state and ship it.
Ship it. Get it out there.
Get it out there.
It
It's
is.
about letting go of that need for absolute perfection.
Right.
And focusing on making progress,
Yeah.
not crafting this flawless masterpiece.
It's liberating.
It is. It's like he's giving us permission to be imperfect.
Right.
To embrace those flaws.
Yeah.
And to learn from them.
And speaking of learning, let's shift gears and talk about the financial side
Okay.
of pursuing your passion.
Sure.
McCabe doesn't shy away from that at all.
No, he doesn't.
Overlap is full of practical advice.
Right.
He stresses the importance of financial stability,
Yeah.
planning for the long term,
For sure.
building an emergency fund,
Yes.
creating multiple streams of income.
Which brings us back to his trifecta model,
Oh, the trifecta.
combining client work,
Right.
product creation, and teaching.
I love that you're not putting all your eggs in one basket.
Exactly.
And it allows you to develop a more diverse skill set.
Yes, and what's really inspiring
Yeah.
is that McCabe built his success without a ton of capital up front.
I know. It shows you can start small,
You can.
leverage your existing skills,
Yeah.
and gradually build something really sustainable.
It's a testament to the power of bootstrapping.
Yes.
And just taking action, even if you don't have all the resources you think you need.
I love that. And that ties into his perspective on pricing.
Oh, yeah.
He's such a big advocate for value-based pricing
Yeah.
instead of undervaluing your work.
He wants us to see ourselves like those premium brands.
Right.
Charging what we're worth.
Yeah.
Not letting, fear or self-doubt
Right.
dictate our prices.
So instead of fixating on what competitors are charging
Yeah.
or what you think people are willing to pay,
Right.
you focus on the transformation you provide,
Exactly.
the results you deliver.
It's about shifting from that scarcity mindset
Yeah.
to an abundance mindset.
Exactly.
Recognizing the true worth of your skills and your expertise.
And speaking of focusing on what you do best,
Yeah.
we need to talk about McCabe's concept of embracing the box.
It's a good one.
I know, right?
It might sound restrictive, but it's actually about defining your niche
Okay.
and becoming known for a specific area of expertise.
So it's like saying, hey, I'm not trying to be everything to everyone.
Exactly.
This is what I excel at.
Yeah.
This is how I can help you.
That's it.
It's such a powerful message
It is.
in a world full of generalists.
Absolutely. You're not spreading yourself too thin.
Right.
You're becoming the go-to expert
Yes.
for a particular problem or skill.
It's about finding that sweet spot
Yeah.
where your passions and your skills and the market's needs, They all intersect.
They overlap.
They overlap, exactly.
And once you've carved out that niche,
Yeah.
it's time to put McCabe's relationship marketing strategies into action.
He's all about building trust,
Yes,
providing value up front,
absolutely.
and nurturing those genuine connections with your audience.
Remember, it's about reciprocity.
Oh, yeah.
You give and you receive.
You give, you receive, for sure.
It's about fostering a sense of community
Yeah.
around your work, building relationships that go beyond,
Yes.
just transactional interactions.
But McCabe also has some strong opinions about avoiding
Oh, yeah.
traditional advertising and sponsorships.
He does. He believes that treating your audience like a product
Right.
to be sold to advertisers can damage those relationships
Mm.
and erode trust.
So instead of relying on like third-party endorsements
Yeah.
or interrupting people's experience with ads,
Right.
he advocates for a more direct approach,
He does.
providing value, building trust,
Yeah.
and letting your audience choose to support you
Exactly.
through purchases or other forms of engagement.
It's about creating a sustainable business model.
Yeah.
Built on authenticity, transparency,
Right.
and genuine connection.
And that leads us to McCabe's message about consistency,
Yes.
showing up every day.
Every day.
He believes that dedication is crucial
It is.
for building momentum and reaching your goals.
It's about developing those daily habits.
Yeah.
Showing up even when you don't feel like it.
Right.
Trusting that those small actions will compound over time,
That's exactly.
leading to those remarkable results.
It's like that saying, success is the sum of small efforts, repeated day in and day out.
Love it.
And that's a perfect segue, I think,
Okay.
into the final part of our deep dive,
Great.
where we'll explore McCabe's insights on defining success on your own terms.
I'm excited for this.
Me too.
Yeah.
And embracing the journey, not just the destination.
The journey's so important.
It is.
It's about building those authentic connections, and that's what really makes a difference.
It does.
And one thing that really stuck out to me in overlap
Okay.
was this idea of seasons in a career.
Okay, seasons.
Yeah.
I like where this is going.
It's a really powerful way
Yeah.
to think about our professional journey.
So instead of viewing our careers as this one straight path,
Right.
we should see them as these distinct chapters,
Exactly.
each with their own focus and purpose.
Just like, in nature.
Right.
These seasons can be times of growth, change, even a period of laying low and gathering energy
Okay.
for the next burst.
So how do we know what season we're in?
Good question.
Is there like a career horoscope I can consult?
Right.
I'm kidding. But seriously,
Yeah.
how do you figure it out?
Well, McCabe suggests some good questions to ask yourself.
Okay.
Like, what skills are you honing right now?
Okay.
Where does your passion really lie
Yeah.
at this moment?
Okay.
What opportunities are knocking on your door?
Okay.
Or maybe even ones that you're creating yourself.
So it's about like taking stock
Yeah.
of your current situation, skills, interests,
Exactly.
and then seeing where the overlaps are.
Right.
Those points where your passions and abilities can really intersect.
And then taking action.
Okay.
Experimenting, see what works.
Yeah.
Being open to adjusting your course as you learn and grow.
Because seasons change.
Exactly. And so can our career aspirations.
McCabe seems to be all about action rather than overthinking.
He is.
But what about those times when you're
Yeah.
feeling stuck,
Yeah.
unmotivated, or like you're just not making any headway?
That happens.
Chris is that too, right?
Yeah, he acknowledges that it can be really challenging
Yeah.
to keep up that enthusiasm and that drive.
Yeah, for sure.
And he offers some pretty good advice
Okay.
for getting out of those slumps.
Like what?
Like focusing on small wins,
Okay.
celebrating milestones,
Yeah.
and importantly, surrounding yourself with a supportive community.
Having those people who believe in you and your vision,
Right.
it makes all the difference, especially when you hit those roadblocks.
Absolutely. Those setbacks that we all face.
Let's circle back to focus for a second.
Okay.
McCabe has some pretty strong opinions about maximizing focus
He does.
and minimizing those pesky distractions.
He's a huge advocate
Yeah.
for carving out dedicated work blocks
Yeah.
and creating environments that are distraction free.
I love that.
He even goes as far as suggesting,
What?
disconnecting from the internet entirely.
Really?
Finding those quiet spaces where you can really immerse yourself in your work.
It makes sense, though,
It does.
because we live in a world of constant notifications,
Yeah.
emails, social media updates.
Right.
It's no wonder so many of us struggle to stay focused.
It's a real challenge.
It is.
But it's not just about those external distractions.
Okay, what else?
McCabe also talks about managing your energy levels,
Yeah, that makes sense.
getting enough sleep.
Right, because if you're running on fumes, you're not going to get anything done.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter how much you're trying to focus.
You're not going to do your best work.
Exactly.
And he even goes a step further and suggests
Okay.
you be mindful of the content that you consume.
Interesting.
And, he's a big believer in starting your day with production
Okay.
rather than consumption.
So instead of immediately, like, checking social media,
Right, exactly.
scrolling through the news.
He says, focus on creating something
Interesting.
first thing in the morning.
Whether it's, like, writing or designing.
Yeah, or working on that passion project.
You start your day
Yeah.
with a sense of purpose and accomplishment.
Exactly. It sets a positive tone for the rest of the day.
I can see that.
He's also a huge proponent of daily writing.
Oh, yeah.
He believes it's a powerful tool for personal growth
Yeah.
and unlocking creativity.
It's like flexing those creative muscles.
Exactly.
First thing in the morning.
Speaking of pushing yourself,
Okay.
McCabe's also big on embracing failure as a learning opportunity.
It's not about letting those mistakes paralyze you.
Right.
It's about using them as stepping stones
Exactly.
to improve and grow.
He even encourages, intentionally making new mistakes.
Right.
As long as you learn from them.
I like that.
It's about cultivating a growth mindset.
Right. Being willing to experiment,
Yeah.
push yourself beyond that comfort zone.
And that brings us to perfectionism.
Oh, yeah.
McCabe argues that striving for perfection
Yeah.
can actually be a major roadblock to progress.
It can be. It could definitely hold you back.
He's a firm believer in the 90% perfect rule.
Oh, yeah. Get it out there. Ship it.
Ship it, get it out there.
Fine.
It's about letting go of that need for absolute perfection.
Right.
Focusing on making progress.
Yeah.
Not crafting this flawless masterpiece.
It's so freeing. It's like
It is.
It's like he's giving us permission
Yes.
to be imperfect
To embrace those flaws.
and to learn from them.
Absolutely. And that's so important.
It is.
Now let's shift gears for a minute
Oh, okay.
and talk about the financial side
Okay.
of pursuing your passion.
Yeah. Money matters.
It does.
Yeah.
McCabe doesn't shy away from this conversation at all.
He doesn't.
Overlap is full of practical advice.
Okay.
He stresses the importance of financial stability,
Yeah.
planning for the long term,
Okay.
building an emergency fund,
Makes sense.
creating multiple streams of income.
Which brings us back to the trifecta model.
Oh, yeah.
Combining client work, product creation, teaching.
You're not putting all your eggs in one basket.
Right. You're diversifying your skills.
Exactly. And what's so inspiring
Yeah.
is that McCabe built his success without a ton of capital up front.
I know. It shows that you can start small,
You can.
leverage your skills, and gradually build something really sustainable.
It's a testament to the power of bootstrapping and taking action.
Taking action.
Even if you don't have all the resources you think you need.
Love that. And that ties into his perspective on pricing.
Oh, yeah. He's a big advocate for value-based pricing.
Instead of undervaluing your work.
Exactly. He wants us to see ourselves like those premium brands
Right.
charging what we're worth,
Yes.
not letting fear or self-doubt dictate our prices.
So instead of fixating on what competitors are charging,
Yeah.
what you think people are willing to pay,
He says focus on the transformation you provide,
Right.
the results that you deliver.
it's about shifting from that scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset,
Exactly.
recognizing the true worth of your skills and expertise.
That's so important.
And speaking of focusing on what you do best,
Yeah.
we need to revisit embracing the box.
It's such a powerful concept.
I know, right?
Mm.
It's about like defining your niche,
Exactly.
becoming known for a specific area of expertise.
It might seem counterintuitive,
Yeah.
but it can actually make you more visible
Yeah.
and more attractive
Okay.
to the right clients and customers.
It's like saying, hey, I'm not trying to be everything to everyone.
Exactly.
This is what I excel at.
This is what I do.
This is how I can help you.
That's it.
It's a powerful message in a world of generalists.
It is.
So you're not spreading yourself too thin.
Right.
You're becoming the go-to expert for a particular problem or skill.
You're focusing your efforts.
Right.
You can cultivate a deeper level of expertise.
Yeah.
Build a much stronger brand identity.
It's about finding that sweet spot where like your passions,
Yes.
your skills, the market's needs, they all intersect.
It's that overlap.
That overlap.
Exactly.
And once you've, carved out that niche,
Yeah.
it's time to put McCabe's relationship marketing strategies into action.
He's all about building trust,
Yeah.
providing value up front,
Yeah.
nurturing those genuine connections with your audience.
Remember, it's about reciprocity.
It is.
You give and you receive.
It's about fostering a sense of community around your work,
Right.
building relationships that go beyond those transactional interactions.
But McCabe also has some strong opinions about, like,
Oh, yeah.
avoiding traditional advertising and sponsorships.
He does. He believes that treating your audience like a product
Okay.
to be sold to advertisers
Hmm?
can actually damage those relationships
Okay.
and erode trust.
So instead of relying on, like, third-party endorsements or interrupting people's experience with ads.
He advocates for a more direct approach.
Okay, so like,
Providing value,
Yeah.
building trust,
right.
letting your audience choose to support you through
Okay.
purchases or other forms of engagement.
It's about creating a sustainable business model built on authenticity, transparency, genuine connection.
And that leads us to McCabe's powerful message about consistency.
Okay.
Showing up every day.
Showing up, yeah.
He believes that this dedication is crucial for
Yeah.
building momentum and reaching your goals.
It's about developing those daily habits, showing up even when you don't feel like it.
You gotta show up.
Right. And trusting that those seemingly small actions,
Right.
they will compound over time,
They do.
leading to remarkable results.
It's like that saying, success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out.
And that's a great segue
Yeah.
into the final part of our deep dive.
I'm excited for this.
Me too, where
Yeah.
we'll explore McCabe's insights on defining success on your own terms
Love it.
and embracing the
Yeah.
journey, not just the destination.
The journey's so important.
It is. It is. That idea of, like, those small, consistent efforts, it really sticks with me.
Yeah.
It's not about some overnight success story.
Right.
It's about putting in the work day after day.
Yeah.
And it ties into how McCabe defines success, which I think is really cool.
It's definitely not your typical climb the corporate ladder definition.
Right.
He really challenges those conventional ideas of success.
Yeah.
He encourages us to, like, define it based on our values,
Oh.
our aspirations, not someone else's.
It's calling out those comparison traps.
Yeah.
We all fall into,
We do.
like, constantly measuring ourselves against other people
Right.
or chasing after external validation instead of what truly fulfills us.
It's about aligning your actions with your definition of success.
Right. Not society's.
Exactly. It's about finding that fulfillment in your own unique journey.
Yeah.
Not trying to keep up with the Joneses or chasing those external markers of achievement.
Which is so much easier said than done.
It is.
Especially in today's world where we're constantly bombarded with these images of seemingly perfect lives.
Yeah, those successful people on social media.
It's hard not to get caught up in all that.
It's a challenge.
But McCabe reminds us that those curated images
Yeah.
often don't reflect the full reality.
Right.
He encourages us to focus on our own paths,
Yeah.
celebrate our own unique journeys,
Ah.
define success in a way that feels authentic
Yeah.
and meaningful to us.
So important.
It's about tuning out those external pressures and focusing on what truly matters to you.
Yeah, what resonates with your values,
Ah.
what brings you joy,
Exactly.
what makes you feel like you're making a difference.
Whatever that looks like for you.
And he emphasizes gratitude along the way.
Oh, gratitude.
You know, appreciating the present moment,
Yeah.
recognizing all the good in your life, even amidst those challenges or
Yeah.
setbacks.
Because it's so easy to get caught up in, like, striving
Right.
for what's next
Yeah.
that we forget to appreciate what we already have.
If you're always focused on what you lack,
Yeah.
what you haven't achieved yet,
Right.
you miss out on the beauty and the joy of the present moment.
It's about finding that balance between, like, ambition and contentment.
Yeah.
Striving for growth while also appreciating the journey.
It's a good reminder.
We've covered a lot today.
You have
Unpacking so much from overlap.
so much wisdom.
What would you say is, like, the key takeaway?
A key takeaway.
Yeah, that really sticks with you
That's a good question.
from our deep dive.
You know, for me, it's the power of overlapping.
Oh, the overlapping.
That our diverse experiences, our skills, our passions,
Yeah.
they can intersect and create something truly unique.
It's about embracing those seemingly, like, unrelated parts of ourselves
Yeah.
and leveraging them to create a more fulfilling and successful life.
However you define it.
However you define it, exactly.
It's like those Venn diagrams
Oh,
we
yeah.
used to draw in school,
Right.
where those overlapping sections represent something totally new
Yeah.
and exciting.
It's about seeing the potential in those overlaps,
Yeah.
using them to create something that's truly your own.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing that our past experiences,
Right.
even those that seemed random,
Yeah.
insignificant.
Can inform our present
It can shape our future.
in unexpected ways.
It's a permission slip to be multi-passionate,
Yes.
to explore different interests.
And to create a life
yeah,
that feels authentic and fulfilling.
it doesn't have to fit in any predefined box.
And it's a reminder that it's okay to experiment,
right.
make mistakes, adjust our course as we go.
The journey is just as important as the
The
destination.
journey is so important.
It is.
It's about embracing the journey,
Yeah.
learning from our experiences,
Right.
trusting that we'll find our way.
Even if it's not a straight line.
Absolutely.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into overlap,
Yeah.
I want to leave you with this.
Okay.
McCabe talks about those seasons in our careers.
Yeah. What season are you in?
What season are you in right now?
What skills and passions might overlap in your next season?
And what action will you take today to move towards that next chapter?
Go make your own overlap story.
Go make it happen.